What is up, people? It is me, Monster58. Welcome back to another episode of Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon. In the previous part, we ended up doing sort of a lot of housekeeping stuff. Did the arena, we did some... I think we did maybe a little bit of training, introduced tank ACs as well as tetrapods. Maybe it was the last episode of the previous, but within the last few episodes. We did a couple missions, but the main thing we did is we finished Chapter 1 with the mission known as Attack the Watchpoint, the mission that is dreaded by people who've played this game because that's sort of the Margit of this game if you've played Elden Ring, and we were able to beat Balteus. But in addition to that, we also found out and came into contact with Air, a Rubiconian who was lost to the Coral, and ended up finding out also through that essentially the Coral isn't just energy. They're people who have lost their consciousness who are still, I guess, alive, right? And so there's a lot of morality, a lot of things that are happening. And so without further ado, folks, let's hop right into it. So the first thing we are going to do today is actually show off a new AC that I made, as well as, in addition, show off something else. So go to AC data. I actually changed the heavy artillery. You can see I got some new arms. I'm planning to get those miniguns and put those on this guy. But this is how the heavy artillery guy is looking so far. He's got the tank legs. He's got, he's very heavily armored. And then we have a new one called Lightweight, and I named it Ryujin. I remember that from somewhere. It sounded really cool, so that's why I'm naming it that. But you can see this is our lightweight build for the time being. I think if we use Steel Haze's legs, I might end up changing those out at some point. But you can see this thing looks pretty sick. It's really low in AP, but this thing is really, really fast and really, really good at melee stuff. And without further ado, let's get into some other stuff. So what I'm going to show you guys is there's a lot of new weapons we can buy. We can buy a ton of new weapons. These in particular, so we can buy these like missile launchers. You can finally buy this. In addition to that, we can also buy this shotgun. Now this, well, it's shotgun, or well, it would be sort of an electric shotgun. But essentially, this is really important because I'm going to be using this gun in a build with the tetrapod legs once I have enough credits to be able to, buy those and be able to build stuff with it. But I am planning to do a tetrapod build with 2 of these for a double gun build, very similar to sort of how the tank one is going to operate. But yeah, these are really, really fun to use, and I am actually going to be doing, how we are going to end up going to the ice field as interpreted in the last part. I will be using those in the ice field, and you'll see how that goes. Or before our trip to the ice field, more like. We also have this gun, which is pretty interesting. This just shoots out a bunch of stuff, and then it like a bunch of lasers, and then it ends up exploding into a bunch of electricity. Lots of AoE here. These guns are okay. I'm not the biggest fan of these. At first I did on my first playthrough, but I'm not the biggest fan of these. You also have these missile launchers, which are pretty unique. I'm not the biggest fan of the missile launchers. If you're going to go missile, I just like to do the big kaboom at this point. But obviously we can buy some more stuff. Now, one thing we can buy, this is called the Pile Bunker. This is one of the strongest raw, I actually think it's one of the strongest, if not the strongest, raw melee weapon in the entire game. If you stagger someone and hit them with this, you can one-shot a lot of people with this. And this I'm going to be using in combination with some other stuff eventually. We don't have enough credits to buy it now. Obviously, I went and played a bunch of missions so that we were able to get some credits to build this AC and then build the Tanky Boy AC, right? The heavy artillery one. Anything else, though? I think that's the major thing, though. This is a really, really amazing melee weapon. You'll see me use it throughout the series. We also have some nice shoulder weapons. This is the one that I've used before a good bit. This one is okay. It's essentially like, yeah, it shoots out these like electric little missiles and then they explode. They're good for AoE. What is this one? Oh, yes, this is another shield. And these are the songbirds, and these are what I'm going to use in combination with the Pile Bunker. Now, this is the shoulder weapon I was talking about that is very synonymous with being very strong. These are used a fair bit in builds because they are extremely strong. I'll show you what they do. Basically, these 2 shots more or less will stagger most things or get it close to being staggered. And if you have an AC that can take the recoil or you catch someone out perfectly, these are incredibly strong, and I've used these in plenty of builds. Yeah, nothing there. We have some new parts. I'll just sort of scroll through them. They look pretty cool. Eventually, we will buy every single, part, but we just don't have enough money for all of this stuff quite yet. But we got some new boosters, some new stuff here, some new generators. We'll end up getting a lot of this stuff later. But for the time being, let's hop right into the arena. First off, we have Nozak, an independent mercenary who snuck under Rubicon hoping to get rich quick, taking advantage of the chaos brought about by the extraplanetary corporation's forays. Under Nozak's economic theory, the funds of others are but extensions of his own resources. Thus, he continues to take on debt with no intention of repayment, as in his eyes, the money was his anyway. This does have the benefit of allowing him to buy the latest in corporate technology as soon as it hits the market. He considers the power of his AC an asset to his credit score. So, without further ado, folks, let's fight this guy.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program number 26, entering rank E. Subject AC, Bitter Promise. Call sign, Nozark. Commencing evaluation.
Figured this could also be a good way to show you what this guy does, what my new lightweight AC does. This is essentially close to the build that I would run on my main save file. Alright. See if we can... You can see... I need a better generator, but this will do for the time being. Ah, out. Come on. And there we go. Very easy. If you're wondering, by the way, how I'm switching melee weapons, you just press the left bumper. You can switch them like that. So,
well done.
Not too bad, but again, this build is clearly not optimized, and just mainly due to the fact that I don't have the money or the parts to do it, right? So, but by the way, she pronounced it as Nozark. I still don't know why it's Nozark when there's literally no R in there. Maybe it's some like cultural thing from a country type that I'm not sure, but we'll continue in the arena, and we're gonna get all of these arenas out of the way. And the reason we're gonna do this is because I'm gonna tell you this, and it's weird. This has a bearing on the story, and you'll see what I mean going forward. And when we get to that point, I'll end up explaining and showing you, like, you know, this is why, right? So, all right, we have a V4, right? V6, Mater Link, 6th squad member, the Vespers, the Arquebus group's augmented human squad, obviously similar to the Red Guns. Mater Link is a product of Generation 8, which was held to have advanced the process to the point of rendering all previous generations obsolete, bringing about a new age of augmentation. Unfailingly loyal to Arquebus, she has a reliable track record in the field, and her conduct during missions has established her as a risk-averse problem solver. Well, time to fight her clone. There's simulation, right?
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program number 25, rank E. Subject AC, Infection. Call sign, V6, Materlink. Commencing evaluation.
I'm not gonna lie to you, her AC looks really cool. You can't go wrong with, like, mainly all black. So. Oh shoot, she has those two, like, sound weapons, essentially. Oh god. Yeah, I really need a better generator than this. I didn't press the X button twice, though, but... God, that sucks. Oh, out. Oh, I'm getting rolled there. I don't know if this AC is going to be usable in this one. Because it's just, I mean, I can keep up, but I can't keep up. It's awkward. This is also not the best shotgun in the game. Oh god, that was terrible. There's a better melee weapon I like to use for this, but again, we don't have access to it right now, so. Oh, come on. There we go. Nice. Okay. Whew. As you can see, this is a fun build. It's just, again, I feel it sucks. It doesn't feel the best right now.
Well done.
I'll say, I really like the design I went with it, though. The design I decided to do for it, I'm really happy with that. Alright, got some more OST chips. Got her emblem. Pretty cool. And her AC looks really, really cool. Alright, let's go to Arena again, and then we will go to Little Zayu. We've already actually fought her before. A warrior of the Rubicon Liberation Front as an infant, Zayu was taken to Rubicon by her parents, who, tempted by the promise of riches from coral mining, sought to make an illegal entry to the planet. Only Zayu survived the crash landing. She came under the guardship of Uncle Flatwell of the Rubicon Liberation Front, and the core of an AC was the young orphan's cradle as she grew up to become a coral warrior. She's got a really sad backstory, and it's unfortunate that, well, we kill her. So.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program, number 24, rank E. Subject AC, UAU, call sign, Little Ziyi. Commencing evaluation.
By the way, Zai, we already heard it from the characters themselves. Her name is Little Zai, not Z. Man, I'm terrible with this shotgun. If you're wondering why I'm using this missile launcher on my back, it's just due to the fact that it's the only one that, like... Close. It's the only one that'll be really good for, like, lightweight, because you're, you know, lightweight, you get overburdened if you have more than this. Oh, come on. No, wait. Ow. There we go. Alright, Little Zai taken down. That wasn't too bad. It was actually easier than Maeterlinck, excuse me. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, how many OST chips did we get? 47k to 6. Nice, nice. We're getting a lot of OST chips, and this is really, really good. Eventually, I'll say this, the arena, there is a specific amount, like, you get the exact amount of OST chips that you need to complete the entire thing, so. And our last one. V7 Swinburne, 7th squad leader of the Vespers and Arquebus Group's augmented human squad. Swinburne is a product of Generation 7, the first to receive experimental augmentation using coral substitution technology. This granted him enhanced aptitude as a pilot without the usual complications, but with no obvious indication of either efficacy or potential side effects. Swinburne's fears and doubts turned into an overpowering paranoia, the final jewel to crown his odious personality. I'm actually not sure what odious means, so yeah, let's fight this guy. So we fought we're technically fighting 2 of the Vespers, so
Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program, number 23, rank E, final evaluation. Subject AC, guidance, call sign, V7 Swinburne. Commencing evaluation.
So pretty cool, in just the training or the arena, we've gotten to fight 2 of the Vespers, so. Alright. Ah, I screwed that up. Trying to... Ah, I was hoping to, like... Okay. There. Ah, man. Where'd he? Oh, he's floating, isn't he? Oh no, he's on the ground. Okay. Not close. Boom! Bam! Nice. Yep, wasn't too bad.
Destroyed. This concludes E rank evaluation. Well done.
Woo, we got past E rank. Let's go! 8 OST chips. Man, this is crazy how many we're getting. We're going to look at the upgrades for the OST because I want to go through and do that stuff. Actually, there's one I'd like to get, and we're going to apply to all my ACs.
Congratulations, you have surpassed rank E. We are glad to oversee your development as a mercenary. All Mind exists for all mercenaries.
Alright, let's go to OS tuning. Now, what I'd like to unlock is all of the core expansions. So there's one here in particular. So this one, the Pulse Armor, is a Pulsar Terminal. Oh, okay, wait. Terminal, how's it to be installed? Terminal. Okay, so this is the one that I'd like to get. So essentially, Terminal Armor is like very similar to sort of like Last Stand or something like that. Essentially, when you get to 1 health, it will deploy a barrier for a few seconds that allows you to, you know, be invincible for a couple of seconds while you're at 1 health to hopefully make it back. And this is the one I'd like to grab, because I'll apply this to most, if not all of them. Now, these aren't bad at all. None of these are actually bad. It's just that I prefer this one for pretty much all my builds. But let's go to... I like this one. How many do we have left? Oh, we have none. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to AC Design, and this is where you have expansion. So we're going to do Terminal Armor, and we are going to save this to every single one that we have. So give me a second. I will cut away. Alrighty, we are good to roll, and I think we'll just continue with New Beginnings for the time being. I'm going to be changing this build, absolutely. I just don't have the credits to do it. Well, there's one thing I'd like to buy since we have the ability to buy them. We're going to buy each of these for both sides. Just get these built, and then we are going to go here, go into our assembly for the, let's go to AC Data, and let's go to this guy. Let us apply these, because these are the guns I'd like to use for this guy. So that, and we are going to go with this as well, and then eventually we are going to swap. One of these is going to be a Songbird, and the other one is going to be maybe a massive missile launcher, or maybe just one of these. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Maybe it's going to be this one. We're going to go to the part. It was this one. This one might be this one and the Songbird on the left side. Now it says we can buy something new, but I don't know. Oh, here. Yeah, just some more stuff on the left side. So nothing too crazy, but without further ado, folks, let's take a look at the missions we have. Infiltrate. Funnily enough, I actually think our heavy arms might be pretty good for this. And so, guys, let's infiltrate Grid 086.
Here's the request from Balin Industries. They want you to carry out an advanced survey of the central ice field to confirm the information Walter brought to them about the coral convergence. As for how to cross the Alian Ocean, this is the intercontinental cargo launcher installed on the upper level of Grid 086. You could use it to launch your AC to the ice field. Grid 086 is occupied by the Dozers, outlaws who treat coral like a drug. It's also the territory of a belligerent group of arms dealers who call themselves RaD. Be prepared for a perilous journey. I'll be here to support you, Raven.
Alrighty, folks. Now let me I'm actually going to look at the launchers here because unfortunately I'm realizing now some of the enemies are going to be fighting against. I don't know if these will work quite well. We can try, but I'll end up taking a look at our assembly. We'll go in for the time being, but I don't know if I'm quite sure about this. So let's see how it goes. But yeah, infiltrate grid 086. Now we have totally run into RaD, at least in terms of like in the arena. We've seen Invincible Rummy, right? So we've heard of them and how he is one of those people that he's a dozer, right? He treats Coral like a drug, which is really disturbing, right? So I'm not gonna say anything anymore. Let's get into the story.
Let me handle getting us into the grid. I'm fairly adept at analyzing systems, and manipulating them too. Commencing infiltration to grid 086. Creating backdoor into system. Deactivating lock on vertical catapult. Connecting steam cylinders. Launching. Alright, Raven. Let's get to work, shall we?
Alrighty, let's get to work.
I've sent you the marker data. Let's head toward the elevator going to the upper level.
Alright, I'm gonna get rid of these guys. These guys are just piss drones. They're not that strong. Alright. You can see that quick turn kind of coming into use here. It can be very useful for like something like a tank AC. I know you can change direction pretty easily, but it's definitely helpful. Now with these miniguns, they overheat, as you saw in one of like the tester ACs that we used in the training. I really like how this place looks too, by the way. We're gonna have to recover because I'm not gonna be able to launch myself up. Okay, there we go. Alright guys, you remember how we fought Rummy?
Boss, leave it to Invincible Rummy to show our guest a good side.
Alright. Ow, 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 ow. You guys remember how we fought Rummy?
You're no ordinary tourist.
Alright, you guys remember how we fought Rummy? Well, there he is. This is actual Rummy. Like, this is not just simulation Rummy. This is actual Rummy. My cooldowns are terrible. Cooldowns are absolutely garbage. But he's dead. So like Air said, rank dead lasts for a reason. You know, part of me wonders how heavy my AC actually is with all this stuff on it. You know, just with the tank legs in general. Like, how much is just... Yep, as you can see, we are finally now running into the Carla that Handler Walter was talking to. She's the leader of RaD and the Dozers, so... Go up here. The enemies you fight in here are pretty unique looking. Alright, gonna go and scan the door.
Kept us waiting for it.
Alright, so for these guys, you don't want to hit them when they're in their, like, curled up mode, because it really won't do any damage. They're armored in that mode, so...
Well, you're no slouch, are you?
Alright, not too bad at all. Come on. There we go. Thought we got... Hey, come on. Alright. We have to go up here. Move around. Okay, we go down here. Oh, come on. Get your fat butt down there. Move through here. Yep, gotta wait. Yeah, I understand. Alright. You don't want to shoot our shoulder weapons here just due to the fact that they'll just shoot into the ceiling. Remember I was telling you that earlier? Like a couple episodes ago or an episode ago or something like that? That's why you don't want to use these missile launchers all the time, because you get in like tight rooms like this and you can't use them worth piss. I might change the deco on this. Yeah, I might change the deco on this. And yes, she's correct. Good help is hard to find these days for sure. I think I can make it. I think I can barely make it. We did. Okay. Assault boost down. Oh, yep. Gotta watch out for that. Yep. Alright, now we fight the tetrapod, which should not be that bad. Oh, of course, I don't have... Ow. Okay, nice, nice, nice. Okay, he's getting wrecked. Jesus.
Alright, good. That's enough. Made your point. I surrender. Just not worth the losses. Come on, I'll let you through. Up along now.
I like the sound of that. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like the sound of that. Alright, let's resupply. As you can tell, there's a reason I said I don't like the sound of that, because they wouldn't give you a resupply if it wasn't for a reason, so.
You're not afraid of anything, are you? I like that, of course. Congrats. Goodbye.
Alright, so this thing, the smart cleaner, you can really only hit it here or on the top. It's not too bad, but you can really only hit it here in the front. So we're gonna wait to... Luckily it... Oh, there we go, okay. Now we can just do this. Look how much damage, it's so crazy, these miniguns, man. And I can't do anything else, so... Alright. So... So once it gets to a certain... Ow, yeah, you can see it has a wide range. Once it gets to a certain point at health, like basically half, basically it'll... start to spit lava on the ground. Oh, okay, damn. I was trying to heal there. Oh! Oh, that sucks. They're cooling down. I can't do anything. Alright, we have to be careful because the... Oh, no! Yeah, I mean, there's nothing I can do there. Yeah, I should be moving more, but the tank is not the thing I've played the most, so I apologize for my bad gameplay. Ow, I'm getting rolled right now. No, yeah, the lava's gonna, yep, gotta be careful about that. Oh my! Ow, 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 please, please. There we go, okay. The lava's the worst part about this guy. The lava's genuinely the hardest part about it. If you have a different AC that's not a tank one...
Enough, tourist. Been miserable knowing you, but I guess playing nice is a smart choice here. You want to go up top, right? Let me show you the way. Guided tour from Cinder Carla herself.
Like I was saying, if you have a different AC than mine, one of my best tips I can give you is trying to stay relatively airborne. That definitely helps out with just, like, not getting annihilated by the lava, because that's one of the things that killed me a lot. I wasn't moving around, too, so... But yeah, just wanted to tell that to you guys, because that's a big tip with this fight.
No new messages.
Raven, we've received a job from RaD's leader, Carla. This could just be another one of her traps. But after the impression you left on her last time, I think it's unlikely. Let's take a look at the briefing.
Let us take a look real quick and see which one it is. Okay, looks like she wants us to take care of something. So eliminate the Junker Coyotes, a Dozer faction invading a grid 086. So little job, probably to build trust, maybe something like that. But yeah, guys, with us doing a lot of the arena, showing off some new AC stuff, lots of new AC parts, me with a whole new AC build and upgrading the other ones that we've had before, I think that is it for this episode. So next time on Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon, we'll be continuing through the story. I'll definitely have a lot of new ACs and stuff more than likely built by next episode, just because we're going to get into this point where I really want to start building the ACs that I had on my, main save file, or that save file that I've saved, because they're familiar to me. So I'll be playing a lot of missions off screen. I'll be doing a lot of that stuff. And so, yeah. Hope you guys look forward to that. So I thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please like, comment, rate, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Also follow me in the socials. Those will be linked in the description below. And with that, guys, once again, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this episode, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.
High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes.